Hi guys, hope you're all well, hope you're all doing well. This is of course my bottom review, obviously of the two key fights that took place during the early mornings of today, which were Ohara Davies against Ismael Barroso to become number one mandatory to WBA to face Roy Romero, and the main event which was the return of Vergil Ortiz Jr. after his recent inactivity up against Fredrick Lawson. So start off with Ohara Davies and Ismael Barroso, and as you can see from the photo, I wouldn't say it's a shock win because a lot of people did fancy Barroso to stop Ohara Davies, and there was jeopardy in this fight. In terms of out the two fights, this was the fight where there would be jeopardy, in my opinion, with Ohara Davies and Ismael Barroso. Ismael Barroso was 40 years old, dangerous southpaw, as he shown, didn't he? As he shown by stopping Ohara Davies in the first round. As well, knocking him down twice. Awful game plan from Ohara Davies. Why the hell he decided to fight fire with fire when Barroso, I said in my preview, he's going to have dangerous power early on. And Ohara Davies should use his weights. And should have moved bottom move around the win to try and tire Barroso out. But it was the first round stoppage win for Ismael Barroso, and he's timed out the people's champion, isn't he, Barroso, because he's had injustice in the past. Barroso, and he's getting a shot at Roy Romero, a title shot at Roy Romero now. But very poor from Ohara Davies, very poor game plan. He apologised to his fans afterwards, Ohara Davies. So it was kind of a shock because I think that the majority of people did go for Ohara Davies to get the win, like myself, in the second half of the fight or the championship rounds, which is what I went for. But I did say in my preview that Ohara Davies needs to be aware of Barroso's power and southpaw stance as well. Because Barroso's not fucking power, for a 40-year-old. And once he kicked Ohara Davies, when I saw him kick Ohara Davies, I was like, he's done. Davies is done here. And Barroso was landing the punches on him. And for me, I think it's a good stoppage from the referee because Ohara Davies wasn't responding after the second knockdown when they tell him move the clubs forward. So a good stoppage from the referee. But unfortunately, it was a contrast of referees as we moved on to the main event between Fredrick Lawson and Vergil Ortiz Jr., where it was the one stoppage, in my opinion. As again, it was stopped in the first round. Vergil Ortiz went on the front foot, landed the punches straight away on Fredrick Lawson, buffed Fredrick Lawson up on the ropes, and the referee decided to stop the fight. Which was absolute terrible decision. Because Fredrick Lawson didn't look like he was hurt. He didn't look like he was hurt, despite Ortiz landing them punches, in my opinion. So it was a terrible decision, absolute terrible decision from the referee. And if I'm Fredrick Lawson, I am right to complain about that. But unfortunately for him, I think Vergil Ortiz Jr. will move on from Fredrick Lawson. And let's be honest, it wasn't Vergil Ortiz's fault, was it, that it got stopped early like that? Let's be real. The thing with Vergil Ortiz is, I think he's still been inactive, hasn't he? He's only had a first round stop as well, so I think it'd be another tune-up for him, if I'm being honest with you. Try and get that activeness back, get another winnable opponent on his resume, and then maybe have a fight. He's been told now, which is Tim Tszyu. Tim Tszyu in the super welterweight division. For the WBO super welterweight title, which will be an amazing fight. Let's be real. Vergil Ortiz versus Tim Tszyu. But I can't see that happening straight away. I think it will be another winnable opponent next for Vergil Ortiz Jr. Did that active next going. And maybe a rematch, who knows, with Fredrick Lawson. But yeah, and that was the fight through for me this morning. What a performance from Ismael Barroso. I think he steals the headlines with his first round stoppage on Ohara Davies. Was probably shot through the world, was shot through the experts, including myself. But I was always aware of Barroso's power. If he could hit Davies early, Davies could do early on. And that was the case. And Barroso, that's a title shot, a mandatory title shot against Roy Romero. While Vergil Ortiz Jr., there's a controversial first round stoppage win over Fredrick Lawson. Controversial because the referee did, for me, stop it far too early, in my opinion. So feel free to leave your thoughts down below on both fights down below in the comments. Who's next for both fighters? I think up next for Barroso has to be the Roy Romero fight. Who's next for Vergil Ortiz Jr.? And what do you think's next for Ohara Davies? That'll be an interesting one as well. Who's always had questions about him, Ohara Davies, especially on this fight as well. And there'll be even more questions about Ohara Davies. So feel free to leave your thoughts down below in the comments. Take care, stay safe. And my next boxing preview, my next boxing video will be the Natasha Jones versus Mateo Mayo card, which will be uploaded tomorrow, as I had to get them up a week early when they do actually fight. So take care, stay safe, so yeah, and feel free to leave your thoughts down below on the Davies versus Barroso and Ortiz versus Lawson.